अस्सलामुअलैकुम जी। आप देख रहे हैं कॉट बिहाइंड। मैं हूं डॉक्टर नुमान न्याज एंड बात करते हैं आईसीसी वर्ल्ड टी20 कप 2024 और बड़ा एक इम्पोर्टेंट इंटेग्रल मैच इस वक्त खेला जा रहा है एंड दैट इज बिटवीन अफगानिस्तान एंड इंडिया नीडिंग 182 टू विन। इस वक्त अफगानिस्तान इन सीरियस ट्रबल एंड दे आर एट 35 फॉर 3। इस पे तो खैर बातचीत होती रहेगी, बट टुडे वी हैव अ वेरी स्पेशल गेस्ट, a man who has scored a triple hundred in first class cricket, 17 first class centuries, comes from a very strong cricketing family. His brother played 11 tests and 16 one day internationals for the national team, and he is nephew of the first official captain of his country. And his uncle played 8 test matches and 44 one day internationals. He's from Chittagong, captained Bangladesh in ODI matches from 2020 to 2023. First Bangladesh batsman to score a century in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup when he got that 103 not out that was against Afghanistan at Mirpur in 2016. Has played for Nottinghamshire, Wellington, St. Lucia, Essex, Lahore Qalandars, Peshawar Zalmi. Veteran of 70 test matches, 10 test match hundreds, 31 half centuries, 5,134 runs, the best of 206 not out that came against Pakistan at Kulna in 2015, 243 one day internationals, 14 hundreds, 56 half centuries, an aggregate of 8,357 runs, 78 T20 internationals, a century, and he has scored 1,758 runs. He is the only Bangladesh batsman, rather the first one to score 100 at Lords in 2010. In March 2021, he became the first Bangladesh batsman to score 50 ODI half centuries. His highest run aggregate of 15,000 plus runs for Bangladesh and 2,500 across all formats. In 2011, he was named as the Wisden Cricketer Almanac Player of the Year, and he was the first Bangladesh player to earn this rare distinction. In ICC T20 World Cup in 2016, his aggregate of 295 runs left millions inspired. Only Bangladesh batsman to score hundreds in all three formats, 4 consecutive half centuries in Asia Cup. He's a man with rare distinctions and a flamboyant left handed batsman. Only player to score at least 2 centuries 3 times in a 3 match one day international series, most ODI hundreds for Bangladesh. And why did he retire so prematurely? That we will be asking him. We are joined by a thorough gentleman, one of the finest cricketers from Bangladesh, not only from Bangladesh, but a real brand in international cricket. That is Tamim Iqbal.
Salakum, salakum.
Walaikum assalam, Tamim. It's a very warm welcome on our show, Caught Behind.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nesbhai.
Before I introduce my veteran, the former Pakistan captain Rashid Latif, who's going to jump in and he's going to steal the show. But Tamim, why did you retire so prematurely? No, I don't want any controversy. I don't want any controversy.
I understand, but there are a lot of things happened, especially during 2023 World Cup, just before the 2023 World Cup, and I think it's on the media. Everyone knows about it a little bit. But there is something that I have honestly not spoken out in the media because that is something that is very personal to me. But something definitely happened. That's why I decided to retire. But I had to come back to the team in less than 24 hours. I played the New Zealand series, and then I also didn't play the World Cup. So there are a lot of things happened, which on
Okay.
time you will all understand.
Yeah, that we actually understand, and I'm not going to get into that. But you retired from T20 internationals a year before you decided to
Yes, yes,
hang
yes,
up
yes,
your
yes.
clubs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was your own personal decision, and that was not.
Yes, yes, yes. Nothing, no controversy, nothing. I just decided I had enough.
So, having done so much for Bangladesh and having been the part of their almost formative years, because you have been around for a while now, do you really think that an associate membership comes in 1977 and full membership comes in 1999, 2000 after that famous victory against Pakistan, which left most of us bewildered in our country. Do you really think that Bangladesh cricket has done well? Only one semi-final in the ICC Champions Trophy 2017 and a couple of finals in the Asia Cup. Do you think it has progressed the way it should have?
No, I think I would love to have more trophies and more achievements in ICC tournaments. If you see ICC tournaments, yes, you can say that we have not done something special that we will be talking about today. But bilateral series, yes, we have done well. 2015 onwards, I think Bangladesh has done quite well, especially in white ball cricket, specifically in ODI cricket. But if you ask me about achievements, I can name few in bilateral series, but not really in ICC trophies. So this is one thing that we are lacked, but there's always time for improvement.
Tamim, we are being joined by our data analyst, and he's too good with all his engineering and all his cricket analytics and analysis, Kamran Muzaffar, though at times he fails to adjust his sound in this show. Kamran bhai, a very warm welcome. Ji Rashid bhai.
तमीम वेलकम टू कोटमैन। और मेरा सवाल पहले, ये एग्रेशन जो आया है ये कहाँ से आया है? चिटागांग से आया है। जब आपने क्रिकेट स्टार्ट की तो बहुत कम प्लेयर इस तरह से खेलते थे बांग्लादेश में, जहाँ तक मुझे याद है। लेकिन ये छक्के मारने का और उसके बाद जिस तरह से बैटिंग की और डॉक्टर ने जो रिकॉर्ड बता दिए, उसके लिहाज से ये स्टार्ट कहाँ से हुआ? जो एग्रेशन है वो कहाँ से आई? चचा से आई?
Rashid bhai, Assalamualaikum. Rashid bhai, actually, when I was growing up, I started following cricket in '96. Yes, my family had a huge influence on me. That's for sure. My uncle played for the national team. I used to follow him. I used to admire him as a cricketer. He was also known as a big hitter type in Bangladesh. So I always used to admire him. But I started following cricket seriously from '96 World Cup. And the first team and the first player that my brother introduced me to was Sanat Jaisurya. So
No.
I used to love him, watch, and I used to copy him, try and replicate him batting when I'm playing at home in my drawing room because I was small then. Maybe that memory was in my mind, so maybe that is one of the reason I started my international career or cricketing journey as an attacking batsman.
See, Kamran bhai, you can ask the question in Urdu, but you will get the reply in
No.
English.
हाँ वो तमीम भाई
कैमरा में जो रुका है, इनको साउंड का सिस्टम चल रहा है तो अब बीच में इनको देंगे। बांग्लादेश क्रिकेट में जो देखा, अभी फॉलो करते हैं, 2020 में अंडर 19 के बड़े अच्छे प्लेयर्स आए जिनके आपको पता ही होगा। पेसर्स बड़े अच्छे आए। क्या ये इम्पैक्ट एलन डोनाल्ड की वजह से हुआ या बांग्लादेश क्रिकेट बोर्ड चाहता है कि अब हम पेस पे आए, हमें पिचेस भी वैसी बनानी होंगी? ये क्या चेंज आ रहा है अभी बांग्लादेश क्रिकेट में?
I think a lot of credit should goes to Mominul Haq, who was our test captain. He's very short. If you remember, he's very short. He still plays test. He's one of the finest batsmen that we have. When he became captain, what he did when he was captaining the first class tournaments and all of those things, Bangladesh is always dependent on spin, whether it's left arm spin, off spin. It was always like that. But I think not many people knows this. Not many people give credit to him. But in my own eyes, because I was there, I saw it, what he did.
Okay.
A lot of credit goes to him because during first class tournament, he made sure the fast bowlers balls majority of the overs. Once in Bangladesh, Rashid bhai, you know about Bangladesh domestic cricket. It used to be 3 overs of fast bowling, and then the spinner comes, and they used to do it. But he made sure that fast bowlers were bowling 20 overs a day, and he even when I was playing we both play for the same division, which is Chittagong. And I used to get angry sometime towards him. I said, "Come on, man, we can bowl spinners. The overs will go quickly, and then the day will be finished." But he used to keep on telling me that if they don't bowl now, they weren't going to learn. So his vision was very good. I think this is where the fast bowling thing started. And then yes, there were coaches that helped Bangladesh cricket a lot. I have to mention Otis Gibson's name. He was fantastic with the fast bowlers. Courtney Walsh was there. Anil Donald was there. So all this thing combined has done wonders for Bangladesh fast bowlers. But if you ask me to name one person, I have to name Mominul Haq.
Mominul Haq.
Right, Tamim, now getting on to, because Rashid has already taken you to this course, how do you see the cricket at grassroots in Bangladesh? And after this paradigm shift, which we have seen, this modern cricket and innovations and all sorts of inventory of these new cricket shots and the way developed teams are playing, do you think that now Bangladesh has also started to focus on producing the talent which is equatable to this modern cricket? And how is the grassroots? Yeah.
So first, we need to understand what is grassroots cricket. For me, grassroots cricket is school, when kids are playing in schools. Okay, those things are grassroots cricket for me. Under 19s, under 15s are not grassroots cricket. They have played a little bit of cricket. They have come to the system of cricket board and then they play. But unfortunately, in our subcontinent, I won't name India in this because I think India does it pretty well. Sri Lanka also are very strong in school cricket. Maybe Pakistan and Bangladesh, this is something that we focus too much on the national team. We focus too much on the national team. We talk about their performance, criticize or whatever. But this is something that school level cricket that needs to be really, really strong in Bangladesh. I don't come from Pakistan, so I don't know how your guys are doing it. But in Bangladesh, I can tell you this: school cricket is still lacking. We are having tournaments now. There have been a lot of tournaments have been played over the years, but I think it should be more focused. And BCB should take it extremely seriously because this is where your next generation player will come. Because when you're under 15, when you're under 19, you have already got your talent. You have done a little bit of cricket and you come. But it's exactly like my son, when he goes to school, he needs to learn to say what is A, B, C, D. School cricket is exactly like that. When you're under 15, you already know about A, B, C, D and all of those things. So I think Bangladesh needs to focus more on school cricket.
So we have to impact the raw minds to actually produce now modern cricketers.
Kamran bhai.
Yeah.
Ji, Kamran bhai.
जी तमीम, गुड टू हैव अ डिस्कशन विद यू. मुझे ये बताएं कि आपने कहा कि स्कूल क्रिकेट वहाँ पे उस तरीके से नहीं हो रही है, बट वी आर सीइंग राइज ऑफ फास्ट बॉलर्स स्पेशली. Tanzim is doing well in the World Cup. Taskeen has been there. Mustafiz थोड़ा डिफरेंट बॉलर हैं, लेकिन ये जो पैक आ रहा है या ये जो सप्लाई आ रही है, ये इसकी नर्सरी कहाँ पर है? ये किस लेवल के ऊपर ये प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं, या कोई स्पेशल इसके ऊपर एफर्ट हो रही है, या बस दे आर जस्ट पिकिंग एज पेस बॉलर्स एंड दे आर बिकमिंग पेस बॉलर्स?
No, let me answer you the first question. School cricket does happen in Bangladesh. What I mean to say, we need to give more focus. This is the first answer. Second, regarding the fast bowlers, I think Bangladesh has introduced, there's a team called Tigers. So Tigers, what Tigers does, it's like if you get dropped from the national team, or if you're playing one particular tournament, one particular format, and you have a break, so all those players goes to Tigers. They train there. They nursery their skills, how they develop, and how can they develop, and all of those things. And I think fast bowling thing has improved in Bangladesh cricket recently, and is only going to improve because we never had a hero. Yes, we had a hero in Mashrafi Murtaza, but if you compare to Pakistan, Pakistan had 10, 15 fast bowlers who people used to idolize. So Bangladesh had probably one or two or three or something like that. So now you see you have Mustafiz, you have Taskin who is doing really well, you have Shorifuls, you have Tanjid Sakib. So when these guys get a lot of success in the coming years, and now people will start idolizing them, and this is where the whole system will change for Bangladesh. This is what I believe.
Tamim, you have mentioned Mushrafi Murtaza. If we get to the Bangladesh captaincy from the very beginning, your uncle was the first captain, if I'm not mistaken. And then we had Habibul Bashar. And the things followed. How do you take Mashrafi Murtaza? Was only he a strategic and a tactical captain, or he was the one who actually left the team well integrated and led from the front? So how do you rate him there?
I think he is a fantastic leader. I think he's a fantastic leader with great abilities. His biggest advantage that he had over everybody else was he was extremely good off the field. Cricket and captains are not, it's not all about on the field what you are doing. It's also off the field what you are doing. Okay. If I ever fell down, if I was not scoring runs, if I was sad, his rooms were always open. So I used to go to his room, discuss, and do all those um, cricketing talk and everything. And it was not only for me; it was for everyone else. So he treated us extremely well. He knew the best part of him was he treated everyone differently. So if, for an example, if I am an emotional person, if somebody else is not that emotional, he will treat me differently and he will treat the other guy differently. So that was the best quality of it. Exactly, man management was extremely good. And then he was obviously he was one of the best fast bowlers that we ever had. So I enjoyed my time playing under him. Great leadership skills. Yeah, so he's done really good. If you see his numbers, probably you won't consider him as one of the best bowlers in the world. But what he has done, what his impact towards Bangladesh cricket is immense.
Rashid bhai.
नहीं नहीं, लीडर तो बहुत अच्छा था वो, और उसके बाद जाने के बाद फर्क तो जरूर पड़ा। 2015 जो सीजन था बहुत अच्छा गया। वर्ल्ड कप अगर देखें, इंग्लैंड को बाहर किया, टेस्ट सीरीज होती है, न्यूजीलैंड आती है, साउथ अफ्रीका आती है, इवन पाकिस्तान भी जाती है, इंडिया भी गई है, सबको डिफीट हुई है। शायद इंडिया का मुझे कंफर्म नहीं है, लेकिन सबको। वो कौन सा, क्या बात थी कि वो सीजन, 2 सीजन थे जो 2015-16, ये बेस्ट सीजन थे बांग्लादेश क्रिकेट के।
So what really happened just before that 2015 when India was touring, actually we won against India. We won everything in that year. So India, South Africa, Pakistan, this series were back to back. And we needed to win all this series to make sure that we are qualified in the 2017 Champions Trophy. So we need to win all those series. So I still remember when we had a meeting, we were talking about, okay, if you have to qualify for 2017 Champions Trophy, we need to beat all these three, and then our ranking will go to 8, and then we'll qualify. At the beginning, it was hard to believe. Honestly, if I say that we believed from the beginning, it will be a lie. But when we managed to beat, I think Pakistan was the first team that came in that 2015 era. We managed to beat them. And then this is how the belief started to grow in ourselves. And then India was next. We managed to beat India as well. And then South Africa, obviously. So from there, the whole mentality of the team changed. What we discussed that we were not winning a lot of games in 2013-14. We had a meeting, in the same meeting that we discussed that, okay, we need to start winning at home first, and then we'll see what happens overseas. But we need to start winning at home, and this is what we did pretty well in 2015. And then you saw the World Cup. We qualified for the quarterfinals. 2000. If you see Bangladesh's record in ODI cricket from 2015, I'm sure you will accept that it's quite good.
या
जी कामरान
एक
भाई।
चीज और है, एक सवाल। हाँ जी, कामरान भाई आप पूछें प्लीज।
तमीम भाई, आपने वो 2015 की सीरीज की बात की, और यू टुक ऑन पाकिस्तान 3-0, बांग्लादेश डिफीटेड पाकिस्तान। आपने स्पेशली सईद अजमल को काफी पिक किया था। Was there anything special? बस मेरे जहन में आ गया। If you want to share something about that.
I'll tell you something. If somebody asks me who is the toughest bowler that I have faced in my entire career, Saeed Nazmal's name will be 100% there, 100%. So what happened? I was lucky and he was unlucky there. Okay. So what happened? He was making a comeback. He did his action with a new action. He was coming back. Yeah.
Remodeled.
So he was coming back, and I think that was his first game. When I was batting, he bowled me a ball which was extremely close. I think it was almost out, and I got lucky. Umpire didn't give me out. Okay, And after that, I got 100 in that game. And after that, I took him on, and that I got lucky. If he got me out in that delivery, it was very early on his spell. He would have a different bowler, because first game he's coming back after a action change, and if that game goes against him, then a lot of pressure comes to him. He was a champion bowler. He's still a champion bowler. I rate him extremely and extremely highly. But that one thing went against Said Bhai, and went in favor of me.
जी राशिद भाई.
बांग्लादेश में बहुत सारे स्पिनर्स आते हैं. मेरा पसंदीदा ताजुल इस्लाम है. ये सब स्मूथ एक्शन है. वो तो किसी भी T20 में भी खेल सकता है. जो टर्निंग पिचेस होती हैं वो अच्छा एक्शन है. हम देखना चाहते हैं लेग स्पिनर बांग्लादेश में, क्योंकि बहुत कमी है. T20 में अगर कोई ज़रूरत थी, जो कि इस दफ़ा रिशाद नाम है शायद, वो आए हैं, उन्हें 4 विकेट लिए हैं और मैच जितवाया अगेंस्ट नेदरलैंड. तो ये लेग स्पिनर इतने ज़्यादा क्यों नहीं आ रहे, राइट आर्म लेग स्पिनर इन बांग्लादेश?
Firstly, Rashid Bhai, Taijul, extremely good bowler, highly underrated. I believe he is by far number one test bowler that we have. But he's also very good in white ball cricket. He played BPL for my team. He did extremely well. But he's highly underrated. It's I can't explain the reason why, but he is highly underrated. Regarding leg spinners, Rashid Bhai, Bangladesh never focused on leg spinners over the years. So what happened with leg spinners, what I have always believed, you have to build leg spinners. Leg spinners are the one, if you see, India is a great example. When Chahal and Kuldeep came, they were not that great when they first started playing for India. So India built them, and they ended up making them match winners. Now they are world's best leg spinners and match winners for India. Okay. But especially in Bangladesh, if you see that if one game, 2 game doesn't go to your way, people start talking about it and started criticizing those players. And then it becomes extremely difficult. So I have to give a lot of credit to the last selection committee, which was Minazul Abidin Nannu, Habibul Bashar. They picked Rishad and made sure that he plays at least 10 to 12 games, regardless of his performance. And see the result now. He has been doing so well in the World Cup, has got crucial wickets, especially against Netherlands. He's that one particular over changed the whole course of the game. So in my eyes, you have to build leg spinners other than you bring them and start asking for performances from day one.
Tamim, another question. The malaise which we suffer here in Pakistan, like since 1952-53, we have hardly won in Australia. And it has been arduous winning away series. And probably Bangladesh replicates the same narrative, that they haven't been able to break the shackles and they haven't really started beating top teams outside Bangladesh. What do you think? What's the reason?
See, consistently, yes, you're absolutely right that we haven't done that well overseas. But we had a little bit of success. I won't say that we have not done anything. We beat South Africa recently in their hometown. This is something that is worrying. So previously, what used to happen, I'll be very honest. So when team used to come to Bangladesh, we used to prepare spinning wickets, okay, because we wanted to win, okay. And when we used to go to overseas, they used to prepare green wickets for us because they knew that Bangladesh doesn't have that quality fast bowling. And in green wicket, their fast bowlers were very good. Batsmen will struggle. Okay. Now that thing is changing. Now we have good fast bowlers as well. So before preparing a green wicket, now also they think that should we prepare a green wicket or not? I think the biggest reason us not doing well overseas where we never had that fast bowling unit, which we have now. And then obviously batsmen also need to score runs. And I think the more better wicket that we play in Bangladesh and the more better we are going to get. Now, this is the question. We say our management will tell you, yes, we want to play in a good wicket and all. But let's say we play in a good wicket on the first game of the series, and if we get beaten, the next 2 is on a spin track again. That mentality has to change from everyone. It has to change from the cricket board. It has to change from the team management and everything. But I think slowly, in last 2 years, the BCB is in the right track. I won't say that BCB does nothing. I think BCB also understand that Bangladesh cricket team needs to win overseas, and whoever is involved in BCB, they've started to understand this, and they're creating good wickets, especially in international cricket.
Tongue in cheek, let me tell you that you didn't have the great fast bowlers, as you have just reiterated. We had the world's best fast bowlers, and we haven't been able to win in Australia. No series win in Australia since we first toured in 1964-65.
But you need
So
both, no? You need also batsmen to score runs.
that's a good one. Ji Rashid bhai.
ये बांग्लादेश क्रिकेट बोर्ड बड़ा स्टेबल होता है, अपने नीचे हाई परफॉर्मेंस सेंटर या नेशनल क्रिकेट एकेडमी बड़ा फोकस। जब भी मैं आया हूँ 2009 में या उसके बाद आया हूँ, तो देखा वहाँ पे श्रीलंकन और ऑस्ट्रेलियन कोचेस काफ़ी काम कर रहे होते हैं, जो कि मीडिया में नहीं आता। क्या ये नजमुल हसन साहब जो हैं बड़े शौकीन हैं, हमारी मुलाकात रहती है उनसे, उनका एक ये आइडिया है, या जो सीईओ हैं आपके चौधरी साहब, वो लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, या क्रिकेटर्स का आइडिया होता है कि हमें हाई परफॉर्मेंस सेंटर कैसे चलाना है?
See, I think Bangladesh also lack good coaches. Used to lack good coaches. That is one of the biggest reason that we had a lot of overseas coaches. But now that thing is also changing. So if you see HP, if you see Tigers, Bangladeshi coaches they are the head coaches of those programs now. Because under overseas coaches, they have learned a lot of things. They have gained experiences. If you see Bangladesh Premier League, which is BPL, most of the head coaches are from Bangladesh. So that thing is changing. So I think that is extremely important. Yes, overseas coaches comes, goes, they do a good work, that I understand. But owning a team has to be a local coach. This is what I feel. The emotion is attached. If you are a Bangladeshi, then you will know the emotion of the team, emotion of the players, that I think overseas will never understand. But that slowly that thing is changing. As you said about our president, yes, he's extremely passionate about cricket. I can tell you one thing: he 24 hours he thinks about the game.
Yes.
He thinks about the thing. Yes. See, there's always a good side and always a bad side. Okay, that's in all of us, including me, you, and everyone. But the good side of he is extremely passionate about cricket.
Ji Kamran bhai.
Tamim bhai, just related to this thing, wherever Bangladesh goes, whatever match we see of Bangladesh, the most spectacular player from Bangladesh is always the 12th man. And that 12th man, that 12th man, that 12th man is outside the ropes. That passion and that energy of the fans, the following. Sometimes I wonder where it comes from. So what is the secret or behind that?
I think it's a very simple answer. I think cricket is something in Bangladesh that unites the whole country. Okay, whether it is politics, whether it is anything else, they can have different opinions. Okay, but when it comes to cricket, everybody's together, and I'm pretty sure it's similar in Pakistan or Sri Lanka or India. So and Bangladeshi fans are extremely passionate, extremely emotional towards the team, and we are extremely lucky to have fans like this. I still remember when we were playing a game against England in Oval in 2017. This is a Champions Trophy game. England was hosting, and if the capacity was, let's say, 30,000, 29,000 were Bangladeshi. So I was not sure whether I'm playing in England or I'm playing in Dhaka. So yes, we are extremely lucky. I hope that we players give back something in return to the fans that they expect us to do.
Tamim, just continuation of this, the fan engagement. We have heard and we have seen that even at your in the club tournaments and your club cricket, you used to have tons of fans and spectators watching those games. So that culture, is it still coexisting, or it's now withering away?
See, not like before, bhai. Rashid bhai and Wasim bhai used to come to Bangladesh, and all those players used to come from Bangladesh. There used to be 45,000 crowd in a domestic game. One of the biggest reason that I understand, there was not too many international cricket back then. So people used to come watch cricket and see their superstars, their idols in domestic cricket. Now there is a lot of international cricket, so that thing has come down. But we still get crowd. We'll still get crowd, but not like 40,000 what used to be. But
Yeah,
one thing for sure, they follow the game.
but you international players, do you still play club cricket or just first class cricket?
No. We definitely play club cricket. I think Dhaka Premier League is the finest tournament that Bangladesh cricket has. It is the most competitive tournament. The financially is also extremely good for the players, not only locals, for overseas as well. And it's the most competitive tournament that we have. And I think everybody, whether you are an international cricketer or domestic cricketer, look forward to play Dhaka Premier League.
जी राशिद भाई,
इसमें रेवलरी जो थी पहले जो सुना था कि जो आपस में मोहम्मडन क्लब है उसकी है, बीमान खेल रही है, या मोहन बगन थी, ये कौन सी नाम मुझे सही से आ नहीं रहे, ये क्लब की बड़ी ज़्यादा हुआ करती थी और मार कुटाई भी हो जाती थी अगर मैच में कुछ हो जाए तो। वो एक्सपीरियंस अब नज़र नहीं आता। जो बीपीएल हो रही है, पीएसएल हो रहा है, वो क्राउड का पैशन शायद क्लब क्रिकेट में बहुत ज़्यादा था, जैसे हम फुटबॉल में देखते हैं मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड और सिटी का। वो राइवलरी अब क्यों नहीं है? आपने बीपीएल भी खेला, पीएसएल भी खेला होगा।
I think just because of international cricket, that rivalry is still there. Whenever the biggest two teams is Abhoni and Mohammedan. So Abhoni Mohammedan, whenever they're playing, there are a lot of interest. People, it's always telecast on YouTube, so you will see a lot of people are watching that game. A lot of people will scroll will go to online and check the scorecards and all of those things. Yes, they don't come to the game as much they used to be. Just I think it's purely because you see a lot of international games nowadays. Bangladesh is hosting a lot of international teams, and then Bangladesh goes away and plays. So maybe this is one of the reason. But I promise you one thing, Rashid bhai, if you come to Bangladesh during Dhaka Premier League, you will really appreciate the standard and the competitiveness of the tournament.
जी कमरान भाई,
Tamim bhai, you mentioned quite a lot of development and how Bangladesh cricket is going forward, especially after 2015, and the support system which is coming up. Your coaches, local coaches are replacing the foreign coaches. How is the adoption of technology, data, and the modern support stuff that we talk about? Because you started your cricket at the time when these things were not there that much. So what is happening on that side?
I think data has been the biggest thing in cricket nowadays. Computer analyst, all those videos, all the data about particular team or particular batsman, where they are strong and all. I think this plays a big part in cricket now. Not only in Bangladesh, I think overall, all the teams, they depend highly on their the data, and they analyze the game. Team meetings nowadays is all about watching videos and what he has done over the years, what he has done in last 5 games, and all of these things. I think this is only going to improve. During 2005, 6, 7, we lacked in this part. And why Australia was so strong? Yes, they had brilliant cricketers. They had champion batsmen, champion bowlers, but they also had this kind of facilities that none of the other teams had. So I think Bangladesh is quite strong there in collecting data and analyzing players. We still hire people from overseas to do this particular job, but the locals are also growing under the overseas people.
Tamim, this data analytics, is it only restricted to the international Bangladesh teams, or now is it being decentralized and being taken at the lower level, like your under 19 programs, your state teams, and how do you see that happening now in Bangladesh?
I think A teams under 19s, they all use analysts. That's fine. BPL is very heavily dependent on this because all the teams, because I will be playing someone that I've never faced. I will be batting against a bowler that I've never faced. I have to go to my analyst and ask, okay, what he does. Does he bowl an in swing? Does he bowl an out swing? So I have to depend on all of this. So BPL is very strong. One thing Bangladesh can improve, what I like to see is introducing analysts and giving all the facilities to first class cricket and Dhaka Premier League. This is something that we still lack, but I'm sure BCB is working on it because now under BCB, if I'm not wrong, there are 5-6 analysts who is permanently working for BCB. So this is something that I'm sure BCB will look into it, but we still lack in that area.
जी राशिद भाई
बिफोर बीपीएल मतलब बांग्लादेश प्रीमियर लीग और आफ्टर क्या फर्क आया वहाँ के क्रिकेटर्स में? ज्यादा लोग शौक से खेलने लगे और फाइनेंशियली भी स्ट्रांग हुआ होगा, ये एक डिफरेंस मालूम करना चाहेंगे.
Definitely, Rashid bhai. Financially, players has got benefited for sure, but also you are playing with international cricketer. For example, let's say Rashid Khan is bowling to me in BPL, to a domestic player who hasn't played international cricket, and if he does well, he plays the international. If he gets selected for Bangladesh cricket team and he's playing Rashid Khan, then he has a little bit of idea how to play him, rather than going into international cricket and without knowing any of the international bowlers, he'll always find difficult. So BPL has helped Bangladesh cricket. Yes, I'll definitely say that. But we could have got more out of BPL. I think BPL is a beautiful tournament in my eyes. A lot of overseas cricketer comes. If I'm not wrong, it's probably the second or the third highest paid tournament in the world. And I think we can get a lot more out of BPL, I think.
जी कामरान भाई
Tamim bhai, you played all around the world and different leagues as well. BPL, and you have been to PSL as well, especially when it was happening in UAE. So how was your experience? And if you have to kind of summarize it in accordance to BPL and or any other leagues that you have played or international, how was your experience?
I think playing PSL was fantastic. I absolutely enjoyed playing for Peshawar. Whatever years I've played, I think the quality of cricket is extremely high in PSL. I was unfortunate. I played most my cricket when it was in Dubai. The pitches was not as good as now what I see now in Pakistan. But I think the PSL is definitely one of the top franchise league in the world. And I think the bowling quality that PSL has is extremely good. Yes, you get a lot of high scores because of the wicket, but the bowlers, if you see, every team has 2 bowlers minimum who bowls 140. It's a very rare thing in franchise cricket. You don't get this much fast bowling, bowling at 140. You'll have 2 or 3 in every PSL team. So I think PSL is fantastic. Yes, IPL is in a different league. We all accept that. IPL is a different league. It won't be fair to IPL to compare any other league with them. But if you leave IPL out, and if you compare other leagues, I'm pretty sure PSL is up there with BPL as well.
Tamim, we have been talking about leagues now and BPL, and Rashid asked you about the impact on the youngsters. Here in Pakistan, we are seeing a little transition that the youngsters coming up, they are more attracted to white ball, shorter format, T20 cricket, aspiring to play for the franchises, and they're neglecting their role in first class cricket. So how could you compare this in Bangladesh? What's the trend? The youngsters, they still take up first class cricket, eager to play matches of longer duration?
I think for some strange reason, Bangladesh's favorite format is an ODI format. Maybe
All right.
because maybe
That's
because Bangladesh does well in ODIs. That's one of the reason. But how can you blame young kids now? See, they are growing up watching T20 crickets get over in 90 minutes or maybe 120 minutes. And it's fun. People are seeing sixes and fours and all of those things. Yes, but if you ask me, if you ask Rashid bhai, Test cricket is something that every international cricketer loves playing. Okay, scoring 100 in Test is compared to nothing. It's like it's the best feeling in the world. So yes, as a cricketer, I love playing Test cricket. I have I respect Test cricket the most among all other formats. But if you ask a young kid now, he'll always want to play the white ball format or the T20s because this is what they're growing up to. When I was young, when maybe Rashid was young, they saw a lot more Test cricket than this ODI cricket. So that's why the Test cricket was always and always very important for us.
जी राशिद भाई.
तमीम, आप बहुत जगह क्रिकेट खेली, इंडिया में खेली, पाकिस्तान, न्यूजीलैंड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, वेस्ट इंडीज, इंग्लैंड. कहाँ की कंडीशन टफ लगी और बहुत मजा आया खेलने का, बांग्लादेश के अलावा?
Bangladesh, for batsmen, Bangladesh is the nightmare. I promise you, it's no fun batting in Bangladesh. Okay, but I think there are a lot of places. South Africa is very challenging.
Yes, South Africa,
South Africa is extremely challenging. But I loved playing in England because if you, especially white ball cricket in England, you get the best possible wickets. The grounds are extremely nice. I loved playing my time in England. I didn't play much in India. I played few games, but if you ask me, except Bangladesh, where I enjoyed most of my cricket was in England, and South Africa was, I think, the most challenging.
Tamim, you have enjoyed playing in England, as you say now. So, how was the experience 2010 in a Test match at Lord's, England, walking down that the common room and everything? Long room. So how was that 100? That feeling, scoring 100 and on a boat?
No, that's the feeling was obviously very good. I still think about that series or that particular innings. One thing is very important. I think you'll all agree that if you start to know too much about a particular bowler, that he bowls in swing and out swing and does this and that, does that, it becomes extremely difficult to face him. Back then, I was young, never understood what James Anderson is going to do or what others are going to do, what Graham Swan does. So I had very minimum idea about all of those things. I went there, enjoyed my game, enjoyed my batting, and came back. I hope I had the same mentality all over the years, because sometimes when you know too much about something, it becomes complicated.
Right, जी कामरान भाई.
तमीम भाई, मेरी तरफ से लास्ट क्वेश्चन. You mentioned, we all know Bangladesh beating Australia of early 2000s in 2005, then the Champions Trophy success. Then comes the win in New Zealand in Test matches. How special was that for Bangladesh cricket, and what impact that win has had on Bangladesh cricket?
And I think the fast bowling department, I think everybody started to take seriously about fast bowling department after that win, because that particular win was I think Ibadat took 6 wickets, and all the other fast bowlers did extremely well. So I think that changed the whole thing. The BCB started investing on fast bowlers more. They always have, but after that win, everybody was like, okay, we can win with our fast bowlers too, because all the other wins, whatever little success or more success we had overseas or at home, it was mostly either the batsmen or the left-arm spinners or the spinners. It was not so much about fast bowling. But yes, after that win, I think fast bowling thing was very different. And I think in patches, Bangladesh always have done well in the fast bowling department. During Mashrafi, he was extremely successful when he played. Taskin, I think he's someone that has showed the youngsters how to train and how to do things right how to do things right if you want to get success in international cricket. So all these guys were there, and I hope the younger ones who has not played for Bangladesh now will idolize these players, and then Bangladesh will become much better fast bowling unit in the future.
जी राशिद भाई.
बांग्लादेश के चांसेस इस वर्ल्ड कप में कि स्पिनर्स अच्छे हैं, बैटर्स भी अच्छे हैं और वेस्ट इंडीज की पिचेस हैं, चांस तो बनता है यहाँ पे. कैसे देखते हैं सुबह के मैच को अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया, फिर अफगानिस्तान है, फिर इंडिया है, क्या चांसेस
See,
हैं?
all these three teams are extremely good. It will be difficult, but we definitely have a chance. I will say that because the bowling unit has been phenomenal in this tournament for Bangladesh. The fast bowlers are bowling exceptionally well. The spinners are doing their job. The concern is the batting, and especially the top four is a concern. If Bangladesh can put up a score on the board, I'm not asking like 180, 200. If Bangladesh put up 160, 165, Bangladesh will always have a chance because the way Bangladeshis bowlers are bowling at the moment. Wickets has not been the flattest. It has been difficult. That suits Bangladesh game plan. But then you're playing against Australia, India, and Afghanistan. These three teams are also extremely good. So Bangladesh has to play their A game if they want to beat these three teams.
Tamim, one last question. We have heard that cricketers are too big in Bangladesh in lieu
No,
of
no, no,
the
no, no,
fans
no, no,
and
no, no,
crazy
no,
fans,
not no,
stars
no,
and
no.
stars and
No, absolutely. They Bangladeshi fans absolutely love cricketers. More than love, I think they respect cricketers. Criticizing cricketers will be always there if we don't perform, if we don't score runs, if we don't win, if we don't take wickets. Criticism will be always there. But in general, I think we get a lot of respect, and this is something that I'm extremely proud of.
And should we hope to see you back again in international cricket?
Maybe, maybe.
We really want you to be there.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so.
Ji Rashid bhai, concluding remarks.
मेरा लास्ट क्वेश्चन है रिगार्डिंग पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट और एग्जिट हुआ है और ये चीज़ें आपने बहुत दफ़ा देखी होंगी, अपनी टीम में भी देखी होंगी, पाकिस्तान की भी 2007 में पाकिस्तान और इंडिया दोनों बाहर हो गई थी. इस दफ़ा अमेरिका से हारना और पाकिस्तान का एग्जिट हो जाना और जो क्रिटिसिज्म मिल रहा है उसके ऊपर बांग्लादेश में क्या सोच है और आपकी क्या सोच है?
See, I tweeted something a few days ago, and that for that I got criticized pretty badly. But people doesn't understand one thing. Yes, these two countries had a history, a political history. That is gone. That is finished. But this two country has a beautiful cricketing history. People forgets that. Okay. Shahid Afridi is someone that I've played a lot
Yes,
of
yes.
cricket with. I have played a lot of cricket with. I have a lot of respect towards that person. See, I don't know what Shahid Afridi does in Pakistan or how he's being treated or what he is doing. I don't know that. I come from a different country, but whenever I meet Shahid Bhai or whenever I am having a conversation with him regarding cricket, I always ask him about Pakistan cricket. He always asks me about Bangladeshi cricket. In Bangladesh, you have a lot of Pakistan team gets a lot of support from Bangladesh as well as India. But and all these Pakistani players who are playing in the World Cup has played with me, whether in international cricket or whether when they come and play the BPL, they're like brothers. So when our brother doesn't do well, you feel bad, right? So that is the only reason I tweeted. There was nothing. People thought many things, but there shouldn't be anything. All these guys I've played cricket with. Regarding Pakistan team, yes, I'm sure everybody is disappointed. Everybody hoped Pakistan will at least qualify for the Super 8 and then maybe semi-finals and all and all. They are a good team. Unfortunately, but this happens. This happens. You see, New Zealand has been so successful in
Yes.
ICC tournaments. They also not qualified for the T20. But sometimes fans also need to understand to draw a line. To draw a line, yes, you criticize people. That's fine. Players will take it, but you do not cross that line. So sometimes I feel that the emotion takes over and they cross that line. So I think it happens everywhere. It not in Pakistan or not in Bangladesh. It happens everywhere. But one thing I will request to all of you, that yes, you're writing a comment about some particular person or some particular player in a Facebook, but imagine what that person is feeling, or what that person's family is feeling. Nobody in this world goes to bat and try and score a zero. Nobody in this world goes to ball and balls to get hit for a 6 or a 4. Everybody wants to get wicket every ball. Every batsman wants to hit 6 and 4 every ball. But that's the nature of the game. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So I'm sure Pakistan will come back strongly.
Thank you very much, Tamim. And how good was that triple century in first-class cricket?
It was very special.
Difficult.
No, it was very special. Particularly that day, the wicket was extremely good, I must say. Yes, it is something that I enjoyed a lot.
बैट सीए का मेरे ख्याल से यूज करते थे, उसका कितना वेट कितना होता था?
Always CA. I've always in last 15-16 years I've been playing. I've always used CA. I think CA makes the best bat in the world. I think my bats are quite light, Rashid bhai. It's between 27.2, 7.5.
और T20 में भी same है weight?
Always same. I think the lighter bat allows me to swing freely.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Tamim. It was indeed a pleasure, and it was like we was just sitting in your drawing room and chatting. And you come across as a brilliant person. We wish you all the best in your future career, howsoever it is. I hope you are also now thinking to turn towards being an analyst or a cricket commentator.
Maybe this is something to think about, inshallah.
Best of luck. Thank you so very much, Rashid bhai.
Thank you, Tamim bhai.
Thank you.
God behind.
Thank you, Tamim. Thank you.